Field in downtown Detroit. Today, a good one in store. It's the New England Patriots and the Detroit Lions.
Please welcome Dan Campbell and your 2026 Detroit Lions.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. And off we go from Ford Field. This return will take him out past the 25-yard line. Decent field position as this game gets going. Drake May, year 3 for the 3rd overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. Runner-up for the league MVP a year ago and the 2nd youngest quarterback to start a Super Bowl.
Well, it's hard to find an NFL quarterback, Mike, that had a better year 2 than Drake May. Of course, took the New England Patriots to the Super Bowl, came up a little bit short against the Seattle Seahawks. So now the question is, can they continue to improve this roster? Can they continue to give Drake May the weapons that he's going to need to see if he can take even another step here in year 3?
The tackle by Jack Campbell. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. Again, it's Henderson. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
44-yard line.
It's not just the block was creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Drive rolls on here with 1st down and 10. In motion goes Dobbs. On 1st down, they go back to Henderson. Again, he finds an opening. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down. Now May, and he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Trying to locate Travion Henderson out of the backfield. And it'll be 3rd down.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass is incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find the throwing lane, and it sets up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Oh, Jared Goff brings out the Lions now. More time with Detroit, his 6th season here, than he had with L.A., the team that drafted him #1 overall. Of course, the trade with the Rams for Matthew Stafford.
You'd be hard-pressed, Mike, to find over the last, we'll call it 5 years, a quarterback that has been as consistent and that you go into every week knowing exactly what you're going to get than Jared Goff. And I think last year really was a big transition year. Ben Johnson, the longtime play caller in Detroit, he moves on right in the division to the Chicago Bears. So a little bit of expensive moves. Dan Campbell figuring who's going to be my play caller to continue to recapture some of the success we had years ago. So that's a big part. But Jared Goff, his play behind center, man, he's been as good as anybody in the league.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. This time they're ready for him. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And some good blocking, springing a gain of 9 as we get to 3rd down.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. Whoa! And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Detroit.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
6-yard pickup.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll get forward for a couple. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play.
By Kevin Byard. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Lions ball to begin this 2nd quarter as they've got it starting 3rd down and 2. From the gun, it's Goff. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
On 1st down, it's Goff. 17 yards on the game, and now they've got 1st and goal.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. First down throw there is incomplete.
I think everyone in the stadium is expecting a run there, so what do? On these early downs? You call play action. I love it. You're hoping to catch them off guard and selling out on the run here down near the goal line, but the defense was ready for it. Nowhere to go with the ball. It's a really nice job there by the defense, staying disciplined in their coverage.
Gibbs is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Well, now we see the other side of this two-headed monster of a Lions run game. And, you know, we see Jahmyr Gibbs so often. He has the splash plays, the long touchdowns. He's good in the pass game, the run game. But he also has a really good ability to convert the difficult, the hard yards. And he can run just as equally with power as he can with speed.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Lions will take a 7-0 lead.
Patriots nothing.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
Patriots take over first.
Patriots heading out, and there's a look there. Long-time, multi-time, and successful offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels. Josh made his return to the Patriots a successful one last year, helping to guide the young quarterback Drake May and take them to the AFC Championship. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. Trying to push his way to the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get there. Stopped by the defense. That's a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, it's May. To the left side, that is hauled in by Booty. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, New England.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
A run, and this is Henderson. And he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. Jack Campbell, the former 1st-round pick, there to wrap him up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Once more, it's Henderson. Finding room across midfield. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. They get 24 on that one. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
New England.
Two minutes remain. 1st half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Good start to this drive so far. Another 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That is incomplete. No way to force a football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Throwing right side, that's taken in by Booty. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. This drive rolling now, another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's May. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got it.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Come to the line, got some work to do now. It is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's May. Open man, that's the tight end, Hunter Henry. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. On 3rd down, Henderson. And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain. 4th down, straight ahead. The Lions called their first timeout. Clock was stopped with 33 seconds to go until halftime. On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. No issues there. This one is good. And the Patriots are on the board. It's 7-3.
And Borregales was a nice find for the Patriots last year. As a rookie, 27-32, 84%. But it was the big kicks, the big moments on the run to the Super Bowl, and he gets them 3 here.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Lions going back to work, and you get a look at their offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing. Drew was the offensive coordinator in Arizona the last 3 seasons before moving on to Detroit to take the OC job. Goff to throw on 1st down. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's caught. It's Isaac to Slaw. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. And Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
10 at the 50-yard line.
QB will survey the defense on 1st and 10. Now, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half.
It's 2nd and inches at the 40-yard line.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead holds steady at 4. So the two teams head for their respective locker rooms, and we head to Orlando. Scott Hansen has our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Tom Kennedy on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Now they'll pitch it out here. He's got room to the 45, 20, 15, and he will score. Jahmyr Gibbs, touchdown Lions. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Good looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions extend their advantage to 14-3.
Lions 14, Patriots 3.
Kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. On the return, Travion Henderson, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Travion Henderson and the rest of this New England offense set for their next possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And he's going to be yanked down awkwardly there. Here comes the flag, almost certain to be a face mask.
Automatic 1st down.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun. It's May. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Kayshon Boutte, the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up third down.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Didn't get the hop he was hoping for. It bounds into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line.
At the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. They'll go play action with Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
At the 41-yard line.
They'll run it to the right here with Gibbs. And he's down on the other side of midfield, marked at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
Well, they call him Sonic for a reason. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, the last couple seasons since he's come in the league, he's about as electric as it gets. And he's going to continue to be the main focal point of this offense. And even with everybody keying on him, he can still find a way to dominate.
He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
10 more yards.
Back-to-back gains of 10 yards. And back-to-back first downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Offense rolling right along on this drive. Another 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Draymond Jones able to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Goff to throw. That's caught by Tesla. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard. Sets up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. That's a short one, caught by Laporta. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
It's 4th down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
On 4th down, Goff. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
Turnover on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
May now on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
On 2nd down, here's Henderson, and he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 6. May gonna look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Travion Henderson. And he is out of bounds at the 45. 10 yards to start this 4th quarter, and good for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is May. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
And it's 3rd down.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
3rd and short, and here is May. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
So often everybody wants to blame the offensive line for sacks, but in a lot of situations, Mike, sacks are a quarterback stat.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll go. Here's May. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance. Trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down.
Oftentimes, these critical downs come down to who executes the best. And in this case, Mike, the defense executed when it mattered the most. Big 4th down stop, and now they're going to get the ball back.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Here's Gibbs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. talk things over before third down. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. Moving this to the 36-yard line will give them enough. Chains will move. It's a first down. New England going to take their second timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Conklin goes in motion. They'll run with Gibbs. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. And third and final timeout taken by the defense, so a 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, this is Gibbs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They've got the lead. They're in control. In no hurry to snap this. And they'll take the clock down to the 2-minute warning. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll run the draw with Gibbs. This one over before it started. Hit behind the line. It's going to be a loss of a couple.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
On third down, they go with Gibbs. And he's into the end zone yet again. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. And make it a hat trick. That is his third rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Bates now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lions move out to a 21-3 advantage.
21, Patriots 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, Travion Henderson. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They're obviously looking for, I guess, a moral victory at this point. Still in search of their first touchdown of this game. This is probably going to be their last shot to get it in the end zone, and this drive will begin with first down. Throwing now is May. He'll locate his big target, Henry, over the middle. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start. Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
May to the air once more. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. Goff down to a knee. And that should be the final act in this one. So it's a win here for the